What's up everyone, it's Il Microphone aka The Dawn, and I'm back at it again. Yes, with this video I officially announced that I'm working on my second solo album. The first one, which is named Line 51, I released this year, 2025, on May the 17th. And if you look at my discography in the past, I had a few projects. The Pacific EP, which I released in 2012, was my first ever project. A year later, 2013, I did a collaborative album with Stizzle, The New Era, and on that album I was mostly a producer. My focus was on the productions. I did all the beats. Fast forward in the future, Line 51 was my first solo album, and now I'm working on the second album. So what you can expect on the second album is that it will have way more productions of myself in comparison to Line 51, because Line 51, when I made that album, my initial thought was I didn't really want to focus much on producing. It would save me time, so I would pick the beats from other producers and maybe have 1 or 2 beats maximum. But then eventually I find out that I listened to a lot of beats and I wasn't very satisfied with the beats. So eventually I ended up selecting the beats that I rapped on and wrote all the songs. But there's only one. I have 2 productions on Line 51. Track number 1, but that's not a song really. That's more the introduction. And then the track number 11, which is named Zenat. I did, excuse me, track number 10 is Zenat. Yeah, that was my own production, which was also a sample. And I really enjoy doing that, you know. I think the beat was nice, was dope. That's a whole different story. And now on my second album, I want to get more involved as a producer, because I am also a producer and I have also new gear. I have a new piano keyboard. I bought a new MPC. I got a few new headphones and I updated a little bit my music gear, so it should be fun. I will say, in comparison to my last album, Line 51, that was really a conceptual album. And I will be honest with you guys, because that album, I had announced this like 2 years earlier, but I really started around that time. I was focused on the beat picking, and also I had different circumstances throughout my life. So I ended up, that album, if I'm gonna be really honest with you, I wrote like most songs within 3 weeks, and the recordings took me, I think, around 3 days maybe. And then everything else, you know. So it wasn't really that long to make the album and to write the songs, especially once I got the momentum. I remember, I think at some point I wrote like 3 tracks in one day. The Immigrant Kid, When the Sun Goes Down, and I think it was like a partially a Good Man Gone, you know. So once I'm in that writing momentum, then everything is easy. But I rushed towards the end also, because I had a little personal situation. So eventually I didn't really take the time, Line 51, to really like sit down and like correct a few things, correct a few flows and whatever. So I really excuse me, I really enjoyed making that album, especially towards the end, and the writing process. But the recording process, not so much, with my old mic, and I felt like it was a little bit rushed, and I almost even scrapped the whole album. But I'm also happy because I feel like Line 51 finally broke the ice, and now I know really how it feels again, how to make an entire project and to be involved. And currently, right now, I'm cooking up beats, and because all the other beats of the other producers on my second album that I'm gonna release are all sampled, you know, they all make samples. I also stuck to that formula, because usually I prefer to compose my own beats, so all the instrumentals and, you know, every single sound, because the drums, I always do the drums anyways, but the compositions, and so I prefer to play it on my own on the piano and with different instruments. But you know, hip hop is hip hop, so, and this is also a new challenge for me again. And so most beats, on every beat actually, on this album that I'm going to release in the future, is sampled just like all the other producers. So I'm really looking out for that. I got really some dope beats. Even if I say it myself, I'm very satisfied. I'm not for now. I'm gonna keep the information low key, or I'm not gonna say much because I'm really into the early phases of doing this album, and throughout the weeks, months, and whatever time it will take, I will release more information. And I'm really looking out to do this one, because this project I will enjoy even more. I already enjoy it more than I did, because this time I'm not really gonna put that pressure of rushing or like working with a certain time frame. All the other beats of the other producers that I got right now are also sick, dope. So I felt like for myself also I needed to kind of step my beat game up. You know, as I said, I am preferably a composer, but I can also sample the beats. You can hear it on the new era. All the songs apart from 2 beats are all sampled, and of course I also added a few of my own compositions here and there on different instrumentals. But so I have a lot of fun doing it right now, and you're gonna hear more. Thank you very much. I hope you like and subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you updated. Shout out to everyone. Ill Microphone, aka Ill Microphone Productions, aka The Dawn. I'm out of here. Peace.